Hey guys, so I realized that I keep forgetting to film this bookshelf because, it's a very big bookshelf, and so what I'm gonna do with this, since it is so big, is I'm gonna do it in two parts. So this is going to be my updated bookshelves tour part, I think this is 4, and then there's gonna be a part 5 with the second half of this shelf. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so up there are just a bunch of my stuffed animals that I want to keep for sentimental reasons because they're awesome. And then over here is my, well, this section is kind of twofold. This front section here are graphic novels and books that I have borrowed, specifically from my friend Ben. And then, I don't know if you can see back there, but those are books that I'm planning on giving away. I don't really want to take these down, so I'll just tell you what they are. This is Wolverine, House of M, Saga Volumes 1 and 2, and I actually own, this one is one I own, but it's just with Volume 2 to keep them together. Civil War, Captain America Winter Soldier, Iron Man Extremis, and a bunch of singular copies. And I think I also own these as well. Those aren't borrowed. And then in back there, I have Les Miserables by Victor Hugo, just because it's an edition that I've had for a while, and I found out it was abridged, and it's also not the translation that I would prefer, so I'm going to get a different translation of that. And then some comics that I'm giving away. I think it's X-Men Legacy. And the other two are the Odyssey and the Iliad, and then I think I also have some Jodi Picoult books back there, like Change of Heart and Mercy. And then over here are graphic novels and comics and manga that are all mine, and actually these aren't there because I couldn't fit them, but these are all single issues, and then Chobits and Tsubasa is somewhere, probably underneath that. And then this is Revenge of the Babysat, which is Calvin and Hobbes. Actually, these are just all Calvin and Hobbes. I'm not going to list off all the titles because it gets quite long. And then I think Fables, yeah, you can hardly see it, but Fables Volume 1 is underneath there. And then here we have my, well, these are all kind of different sections. This first section are my biographies, and then short stories and poetry, and then reference books. And this is just a cool little mask, little papier-mâché masquerade mask that I'm going to put elsewhere for right now. These are just little pocket books. That's one on Capricorn, because that's my sign. And this is Quotable Women that my grandmother gave me. And then we have the Brontes' Wild Genius on the Moors, The Story of a Literary Family by Juliet Barker. Ellen DeGeneres' Seriously, I'm Kidding, Movable Feast by Hemingway, Is Everyone Hanging Out Without Me and Other Concerns by Mindy Kaling, Mockingbird by Charles Shields, and that is a biography of Harper Lee. We Bought a Zoo by Benjamin Mee, Time Was Soft There by Jeremy Mercer, a giant book of short stories by a bunch of well-known authors. Off the top of my head, this has Shirley Jackson, Herman Melville, I think A.S. Byatt as well, a lot of short stories in here. And then we have Songs of Innocence and Experience by William Blake, the love poems of Elizabeth and Robert Browning, Emily Dickinson's selected poems, complete English poems of John Donne, Bright Star by Keats, which is actually not only love poems, but also letters that he and Fanny Braun wrote back and forth to each other, Metamorphoses by Ovid, Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman, and over here is a bio of Van Gogh. This is a book on Inverness, a guidebook about Edinburgh and Glasgow, How the Scots Invented the Modern World, bios on Da Vinci and Degas, a I don't really know what this one is. Yeah, not really sure on that one. Deathly Hallows Lectures by John Granger. Repotting Harry Potter by James Thomas, I think. Harry a History by Melissa Anelli. That's just a People magazine. This is a book on London, a book on Renoir, and The Wasteland by T.S. Eliot, which was too big to fit over here. And now, this is the rest of my kind of little reference section. This is Downton Abbey Season 1, the full scripts, Downton Abbey Season 2, the full scripts, The Outlandish Companion by Diana Gabaldon, which is a companion book to her Outlander series. I believe this takes, I believe she wrote this between books 4 and 5, so it only has information up through book 4, and then excerpts from book 5. The Novel Cure by Ella Bertod and Susan Elderkin, I think. This book is amazing, and I highly recommend it for all book lovers. And then now we start the classics. Okay, up here at the top we have Jane Austen's Letters, Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, Winesburg, Ohio by Sherwood Anderson, The Inheritance by Louisa May Alcott, Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury, Hercule Poirot's Christmas by Agatha Christie, Mysterious Affair at Styles, Death in the Clouds, The Body in the Library, and a bind-up of 5 Hercule Poirot novels, all by Agatha Christie. I believe that includes Murder on the Orient Express, Cards on the Table, 13 at Dinner, The ABC Murders, and Death on the Nile. And then down here, oh, there's actually nothing there. I thought there was one underneath there. Woman in White by Wilkie Collins, The Analects by Confucius, Man in the Iron Mask by Alexander Dumas, Mill on the Floss by George Eliot, Curious Case of Benjamin Button, and a few other short stories by F. Scott Fitzgerald, Great Gatsby by Fitzgerald, A Passage to India by E.M. Forster, Howard's Inn by E.M. Forster, Hunchback of Notre Dame by Victor Hugo, and this is a book that I got from my high school library that has kind of sentimental value, but I don't know if I'll ever actually read it, because it's kind of depressing in a way that Les Miserables isn't. Les Miserables and Hunchback are both very depressing, but Hunchback is somehow depressing in a much, just in like a worse way, I guess, where I don't actually want to read it. I don't know why, but anyway. Then we have Silas Marner by George Eliot, The Portable Dorothy Parker by Dorothy Parker, Trial and Death of Socrates by Plato, Murders in the Rue Morgue by Edgar Allan Poe, On the Social Contract by Jean-Jacques Rousseau, Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger, Franny and Zoe by J.D. Salinger, A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith, that's Antigone, and then we have 5 Great Greek Tragedies, Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson, A Modest Proposal by Jonathan Swift. Oh, Antigone's by Sophocles, by the way, I didn't know if I said that. Anna Karenina by Tolstoy, Lark Rise to Candleford by Flora Thompson. I couldn't think of her first name. The Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu. I don't know if I'll ever actually read this. That one is Around the World in 80 Days and 5 Weeks in a Balloon. It's a bind-up. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, both by Jules Verne. And then over here, we have Vile Bodies by Evelyn Waugh, Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, Carry On Jeeves by P.G. Wodehouse, Life with Jeeves, which is a 3-book Jeeves bind-up by P.G. Wodehouse, and then Leave It to Smith by P.G. Wodehouse, which I think